being plus size saved my life.
Okay.
Absolutely saved my life. Let me tell you how.
Please do.
Let me tell you how.
I
I got ran over by a car. Okay?
Wow.
I went underneath the rear passenger side tire. You know how heavy a SUV is? That's like 4,500 pounds.
Wow.
I still have my right leg because I'm plus size.
Were you always like a heavier child or?
Absolutely.
You were?
I absolutely was. Actually, my mother sent me to fat camp because at 10, I was 200 pounds.
Wow.
Exactly. But it was a nice experience. I was there for like 2 weeks. Actually, she put me, it was a contest and I won. People love fat people. And you just ain't found the person that just love you yet.
So, welcome to the All Inclusive Podcast. I am your host, Shy, and today is a great day. I'm going to start with my temperature check, and then I'm going to introduce my guests and let you guys know what we're going to talk about today. So, my temperature check today, for the first time in history, is lukewarm. Usually on recording days, I'm super duper hot, but I just been kind of in a lukewarm type of situation with my mood, and it's okay because as the episode goes on, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be hot. So yeah, I'm lukewarm, but I know I'm more towards the hot side, the warm side. So I already know it's just gonna be like, whew, it's getting hot in here. All right, so. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that can be sensitive to a lot of people because body imagery and I guess you could say like the heavier set community, it's a lot of negative things that can be said, like a person is, heavy set, or is it okay for me to say fat?
Absolutely.
Okay. Fat. Look, I'm trying to make sure I'm politically correct, right? And sensitive. People who are a heavier weight, they could be like people on the outside can look and say, hey, they're fat because all they do is eat. They don't exercise. They don't do this. They don't do that. Not understanding that there are healthy, heavy set people, and there are unhealthy, smaller built people, skinnier people. So what you see on the outside is not necessarily what's happening on the inside. And I'm not a medical professional when it comes to this. We're just going to have a free-flowing conversation. I brought on a guest, which I feel like could help explain her experience because she is on the heavier side. And so and she's okay with that, and she's beautiful, and her weight is just one part of who she is.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to talk about that, especially because and I know I say this, summertime's coming up, I want to unbig my back. But sometimes you just can't unbig all of your back. I mean, let's be honest. Especially in a short period of time. So I want to welcome my guest, Destiny, aka Pipes.
Yes, Pipes.
Yes, Pipes. And we're gonna have a really good conversation about your journey. Welcome to the All Inclusive Podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, I do want to say,
what's your temperature check?
Oh, I feel good, y'all. I feel
I feel good.
I feel good. I'm definitely hot. I'm always hot. It don't take nothing. Y'all know them plus size girls be hot, honey. They soon as they walk in the door, they sweating. Just kidding. But I feel good, and I can't wait to start it off today.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Hot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off like, were you always like a heavier child, or
Absolutely
you were?
I absolutely was. Actually, my mother sent me to fat camp because at 10 I was 200 pounds.
Wow.
Exactly. But it was a nice experience. I was there for like 2 weeks. Actually, she put me, it was a contest and I won.
Okay.
I had to write an essay or something.
Okay.
And I won.
Okay.
I met Jaleesa from 106 and Park, Queen Latifah, Bow Wow. I had a good time.
Okay.
And I lost a lot of weight there. But I was only 10 at the time.
Okay.
It was definitely an experience. I've never ever in my life wanted to be skinny. And I know that sounds crazy, but I love being a plush pound. Okay. And I don't call it fat, I call it fluffy.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta be able to, it's soft around here.
Okay.
It's soft around here. So
Okay.
I can say that I've been plus size all of my life.
Okay.
And I've embraced it in all ways possible. Now, of course, growing up, you have people who criticize you.
Right.
You have people who want you to feel bad about yourself because that's what society has put in place. Even when you get down to like TV shows, how fat people are perceived as desperate and all these other things.
Okay.
It's nothing you can tell me.
Okay.
It's absolutely nothing you can tell me. It's
Nothing.
absolutely nothing that you can say to me that'll make me feel bad about myself.
Okay.
But, being plus size is definitely a blessing and a curse. Being plus size saved my life.
Okay.
Absolutely saved my life. Let me tell you how.
Please do.
Let me tell you how.
I was going.
Not long ago, y'all, I want to say about, it was 2020, I believe. I got ran over by a car. Okay?
Wow.
I went underneath the rear passenger side tire. You know how heavy a SUV is? That's like 4,500 pounds.
Wow.
I still have my right leg because I'm plus size. So much, what am I saying? Words, things. So much cushion is surrounding my bone that I just developed a cyst.
Oh, wow.
Now, the cyst itself was 22 pounds, but because I'm plus size, I still have a leg.
Oh, wow.
Imagine
if you were smaller.
If I was smaller. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a traumatic experience for sure within itself.
Yeah, definitely. So you said that when you were 10 years old, you did a contest.
Absolutely.
You went to fat camp.
I did.
And you lost a lot of weight.
I did.
Right. Let's talk about with you, like, what was your, because I see a lot of confidence. It's just exuding out of you. It's just flowing out of you. But did you always have this type of confidence?
Absolutely. My family have always been supportive of me being plus size. Okay. But they also be wanting me to dress like a nun. You know what I'm saying? The dress is down to your knees. Okay. They want to cover the cellulite in your legs. Okay. They always wanted me to be presentable, and a lot of plus size people get the sloppy adjective. They get the, they don't look put together, or they look like they stink, or there's so many different stereotypes that come with fat people. Right. Okay, those are the bad ones. But let me tell you about the good ones.
Please do.
Okay, let me tell you about the good ones. I fall underneath this category so much, and it really bothers me sometimes because it's what I attract. Okay. most plus size men and women that can dress always got money.
Oh.
Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
That is a stereotype that most people think that every plus size person can live by if they're plus size and they can dress. Simply because they think that you're willing to spend as much money on them as possible to buy your love because they're plus size.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Things be happening in the world. I just be like, dang, we out here living it real foul.
Yeah. Listen, this episode is literally, I love episodes where the guest literally is like taking over the episode. Not because I don't want to be the host, but you are a guest and you can express, the topic. And I feel like you are, well versed enough in the topic that you can really like shed some light to people. And we can start having this conversation and, feel comfortable having a conversation. Because I'm going to be honest, sitting here, it's like, I don't want to say, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to offend. I know other people are going to watch this. So I don't want to be, social media is like brutal. So like, I say fat, next week, my podcast got, X amount of subscribers or viewers, half of them would be like, oh, she has fat phobia and stuff like that. And it's like, no, like, I was smaller. I had some health issues. I was medicated. I got thicker. But I feel like I would never be a size 2. And I'm okay with that. My mom is a thick madame.
Okay. Madame.
My dad is a thicker man. And going through my family lineage, like, I start to see, like, they're thicker women. You know what I'm saying? They're bigger women. And health is definitely the most important thing, which is why we're going to kind of like transition into like, and you said this was okay, that you had the weight loss surgery.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your experience with that.
Okay. So when I started, the biggest I was 527 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, granted, I'm still a plush pound, but you got to keep in mind, I started really, really heavy versus some people who get it, they start off at like 3 or 350, because you immediately drop 100 pounds no matter what.
So what type of surgery did you have? Because I know there's different ones. There's like the VSG, and then it's also like the full bypass.
So I had the gastric sleeve.
Okay.
And the gastric sleeve is the one that isn't so dramatic to the body.
Okay.
The bypass itself causes like dumping syndrome, which is like something that happens where you eat too fast or too much, and you could, possibly get really sick.
Okay.
Things like that. The gastric sleeve isn't as dramatic,
okay.
but I have been advised. I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent. I have been advised to go back and get a revision and get it again.
Okay.
But that's just not something that I want to do,
Okay.
Like I said, I never wanted to be skinny.
Okay.
And it has its ups and downs. I probably will never be able to ride a roller coaster again. Okay. But who says that that's something that I want to do anyway?
Okay.
So, I mean, I had the gastric sleeve. I was 527 pounds. I lost 168 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm maintaining for sure, and this is probably too much information that a regular fat person wouldn't share. But I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
Okay.
And sex doesn't sell, confidence does.
Right,
so,
right.
As long as I'm being honest within myself, I think that's all that matters. And I completely feel totally open. I'm always open about my journey.
Okay.
And about being plus size, because society is cruel. And if you are a smaller kid or a bigger kid, sometimes, do you know those skinny kids have self-esteem issues too?
Right.
Because they're
Right.
too skinny.
Right. Or
So
too
like,
short
or
right.
anything.
Right.
But, being plus size was the biggest blessing to me, I feel. I encourage a lot of women. I inspire a lot of women. I'm very motivational. And people sometimes look at me and be like, "Oh my God, like, I wish I could be like that." Like, and sometimes
in a sense of confidence.
In a sense of confidence.
In a sense of confidence.
In a sense of confidence. So, the way I carry myself is amazing, and a lot of people want to.
Have you had any
too.
discrimination, job discrimination? Do you feel like?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So let's say you and I have on the same outfit, right? We got on the same thing.
Okay.
But because I'm plus size, it may look different on me than it does on you.
Okay.
Okay. I never forget I was working at the bank, and I'm a bank lady. Working at the bank, and I had on like some slacks, but they were a little tight. So the lady thought I had on pajamas, and she said, she pulled me in the office for a write-up. She had already written it up for me to sign. She said, "Oh, you can't wear that. You know, you got on pajamas at work. Bop, bop, bop." I'm like, "No, I don't.
Okay.
I got on slacks." I said, "You can feel them if that'll make you feel comfortable." So I ended up not signing it because I felt really bad. And I went to HR, and I was like, she's basically discriminating against me because I'm plus size. I didn't like the way that felt. However, I know what it looks like now. I know the signs now. Before, I didn't know the signs.
Right.
So, it was definitely a trying situation that happened.
Okay.
I went home and I talked to my sister, and I said, this happened. And she said, "You know what?" She said, "I'm going to be honest with you." She said, "You're black, and you're the only one that's black in there. You're plus size, and that's working against you. And you're gay."
Okay.
What does that have to do with it, right? But times have changed within the last 2 years, and I am not a person that shies away from who I am. So I'm very, like I said, open.
Okay.
With my sexuality, with my size, and I'll tell you anything you need to know because my story can be your testimony.
Right.
If you don't feel comfortable enough to have the conversation.
Right.
But, hey, that's just how life goes, really.
Right. Okay. So it's funny you said something about your sister because I was going to ask you and you spoke a little bit about it, but kind of can we just go into depth? Like, how has your family unit and your family support helped you with your confidence?
Okay. Let me think about this one here. My family is very supportive. They're really supportive. They're the ones who encouraged me to get the weight loss surgery.
Okay.
But honestly, I wasn't ready to get it.
Okay.
I got it really young.
How old were you when you got the surgery?
22, maybe?
Okay.
21, 22. Now, to me, most people might feel like they grown, but if we're going to be honest, I didn't feel like I was grown at 21, 22. I felt like
I'm still
growing. A child. I'm growing.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to say I was swayed easily. I'm going to just say that I wasn't ready, and I didn't recognize that I was ready until after the fact.
Okay.
Because losing weight is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if you aren't committed to that lifestyle, you are going to fail.
Okay.
You're going to fail. And my doctor has even said, you was doing so good. What happened? And it's just like, I honestly felt like I was starting to look sick. Like, that's how small I was getting. Now, if you look at the pictures on the screen, you'll see that my transition from how big I was compared to how small I've gotten. Sitting in this chair, you can't really tell, but you can tell the difference dramatically. And if I would have maintained the lifestyle that I did, I probably would be, I don't know, 180. Because I was dropping weight quick.
Okay.
I dropped 45 pounds in a month.
Wow.
It was crazy. So, I don't know. I encourage anybody and everybody to get it if that's what they want to do. But I
Okay.
also feel like at a certain size, you could do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it yourself. If you're 200 pounds, or I'm sorry, 250 ish, you can lose that 50 pounds if that's what you really want to do.
Right.
And also, people think that it's a shortcut. It's not a shortcut.
Right.
Because you have to maintain that lifestyle.
Right.
Else you're going to gain all of that weight back.
So that's where the revision could come in. Like, and people who have the surgery, like I say, I'm ignorant to it, so I'm asking the questions.
Absolutely.
So when you have your surgery and you get the sleeve or the bypass, you have certain things that you are automatically limited to food wise. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can't eat as much.
Okay.
I can't have as much liquor.
Okay.
As heavy as I am, I'm a lightweight.
Okay.
Since the surgery, I can say that eating and drinking at the same time for me is difficult.
Okay.
Like, I can't eat and drink anything.
Okay.
It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
It gives that acid reflux kind of feeling.
Okay.
And it is really uncomfortable, sometimes really painful. And it kind of makes you cry if it hurts that bad.
Okay.
So, it forces you to slow down.
Okay.
It forces you to take your time. And they say, like, don't, eat in front of the TV or stuff like that.
Okay.
Because you're mindful of how much you're eating.
Right.
Now, it feels like kind of like something's stuck. Like, if I'm eating, like, imagine, use your imagination for sure. Imagine you're eating, and everything is just like stacking up. And it stacks up like to your throat almost.
Oh, wow.
If you eat too much, you'll feel like my chest. Like my stomach hurt. Like something is happening.
Like you cramping almost. Okay.
And it is not a good feeling. So, that's the things that they don't tell you about. They don't tell you about the bruises you get. I had bruises like the size of like 4 hands across my stomach from like blood thinners and things of that nature. So they don't tell you about that. They don't tell you about how difficult it is to like shower.
Okay.
After that, they don't tell you that either. They just, honestly, I feel like it's all about the check. So they're giving it to anybody at this point.
Okay.
But I got it when I was 21, 22, something like that.
And you are now?
I am 29 in how many days? 5? 6 days?
6 days?
I'll be 29.
You'll be 29. Exit 29.
Exit 29.
Okay. Yes. I like your transparency because some people may want the surgery or some people don't.
Should get it.
Or some people, you said they should get it.
They should get it.
Okay.
Honestly, if you are ready for that lifestyle, get it. If you're ready for the change that it's going to bring to your life,
get it.
Get it. If you want to ride a roller coaster, get it.
Get it. Okay.
I'm literally not against it at all. I'm just saying that if you don't stick to it, you will gain it back. All back. And sometimes you'll even get bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So because mental health is important.
Absolutely.
So the mental health piece of you having to get a surgery at 21, 22 years old, did that have an effect on you, or have you ever struggled in that area with the mental health piece pertaining to your weight?
Honestly, there are some things that you do subconsciously. Y'all, I'm about to put it all on the table. Some things that you do subconsciously that you don't recognize that you're doing. Like, for example, sometimes if you're coming past a plus size woman, depending on how confident they are in themselves or depending on how nice they can be, because a lot of plus size people are not nice at all. So those niggas don't sit up here like, no, because they're not nice at all, y'all. They're not nice. Okay, but some people will move out your way. Some plus size women will move out your way. They'll turn to the side as if they are taking up the aisle. When they get in your car, they'll sit to the side like this. just so it's like feels like more room.
Okay.
They're worrying about the tire pressure when they get in your car to make sure that they don't drop the car when they sit.
Mm-hmm.
Some people worry about the darndest things. I literally can go on and on
Mm-hmm.
of things that you think about
Mm-hmm.
because you're plus size, you're heavy,
Okay.
you know. But honestly, it's all because society didn't put it in the air that being plus size is so big. But honestly, being plus size is in. I don't know
Okay.
what happened within like the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but being plus size is in. Everybody want them a plush pound. They do. They want a plush pound, and it you know, does something to me when people like plus size people, but they don't want other people to know that they like plus size people.
Mm.
Ain't that weird?
Yeah. So I grew up in an environment where like my uncles, they would always say, if it ain't big, it ain't right. Right. So that was never like a phobia for me. So like subconsciously, I didn't even notice like I was developing that same type of mind frame. It's because one of my exes was like, man, I'm getting big. And I'm like, what? More cushion for the pushing. And she was like, what? And I was like, you actually look beautiful to me. Like, I know that health, like she's short, so I'm like, I know health wise, like if it's ever a situation where I have a mate and their weight is affecting their health, I 100% want them to go and get whatever they need to get so that they can be a healthy individual. That's so, but like if you just doing that for like confidence or for like acceptance or for like your self esteem is not there, I'm like, bigger? What? You look like you probably about 5 pounds bigger.
Right.
But that's because, in my upbringing, I kept hearing, if it ain't big, it ain't right. If it ain't big, it ain't right. So I subconsciously, like, I feel like I go for bigger girls. Because if it ain't big, it ain't right.
If it ain't big, it ain't right.
If it ain't big, it ain't right. But also, like I said, I'm not a healthcare professional in the area of, what you should or shouldn't do. You gotta reach out to your doctor. You have to reach out to that person who is your primary care and have that conversation. If your primary care is having that conversation with you, I would say trust them because they are the professionals. And yeah, but they are the professionals. So if you have stuff like high blood pressure and diabetes, or you're going into those numbers where your A1C is really, really high, then and the surgery is like something that could help. Maybe you've tried every option out there. Maybe you have changed your eating. Maybe you've gotten a nutritionist. Maybe you've done your workout and it's just not working. I would say do whatever fits you and your lifestyle.
As well as you can't outwork a bad diet. You can't. You can't. If you be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out today, but I'm gonna have like 4 cookies tomorrow. You just put back the inches, because inches matter. Inches and centimeters, they matter.
Okay.
You putting them inches and them centimeters right back on you.
Right.
So it's all a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle for sure. It's not really a lifestyle that I live by, but it's a lifestyle. I'll say that I'm very active.
Okay.
I love dancing. I love going to the club and like turning up.
Okay.
I'm usually in the middle of the dance floor for sure.
Okay.
But even growing up, I was in a marching band.
Okay.
I was doing a whole lot of different things that kept my body moving.
Okay.
So even now, I'm very active. Even now, I'm not a homebody. I do not like let the grass grow under my feet. I gotta go. I'm always on the go. I gotta go somewhere. It's always something to do. So, if being plus size isn't for you, do what you need to do, but also remember that being plus size and being small is not for everybody.
Right.
Some people who get the weight loss surgery, they should have been big. They should have stayed big than me. That's just my opinion. You should have stayed big. This ain't for you.
Okay.
But sometimes it's about the health aspect.
Yeah. So that's very important. Was there any point where the discussion was had about your health, which kind of swayed you
when I was up there, when I was like 527.
Okay.
That 527, that was serious. That was serious. I never ever in my life had diabetes or nothing else. Okay. And when I was up there, they was like, "Oh, you're pre-diabetic." Oh. Am I? Something got changed. Something got right. And I could feel it. Okay. Too, like I don't know what it is because I didn't have it that long, but like you shake a little, like if your sugar is too high or too low. Okay. And also some things are inherited. Like you can't get away from them because your parents had them or your grandparents had them. Yeah. And it's not something that you can get away from. I have high cholesterol still, and it's because it was inherited. Okay. Even when I lost all the weight, initially, I still couldn't get rid of it because it was inherited. My dad's cholesterol, my grandmother's, like everybody had
it. Bloodline.
Bloodline.
Yes.
So, it was definitely a trying time, and I had it for all of a month. Okay. Because I literally got the weight loss surgery like a month before I found out that I had all these up and coming new diagnosis. Okay. So, yeah.
Something.
Just take care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So I really want to thank you for coming on because, as the summertime is coming, we want to unbig our backs as we say, because as I say too, but it's also very, very important to be mentally healthy too. And I don't have a mental health specialist on right now, but I could say for a person who has struggled with my mental health since I was a child, it's very important to do what's right for you. And if you are feeling suicidal because let's not act like because the sun is out now that people still are not dealing with life things. If you're feeling suicidal, if you're feeling like you are less than, if you are having self-esteem issues, if you need a therapist, like reach out to your primary care doctor, get the referral, talk to them about it, even if it's on a surface level, just so that they can help you with staying alive, not just on the physical aspect, but I always say a diseased mind makes a diseased body. So I just encourage people to, I don't know if it's your passive, whatever helps you get through life, so that your mental is okay, so that then in return your physical is okay. Please do it. And know that you are loved. And know no matter what you look like, no matter what you may feel you should look like, you are loved and you are valued. You want to say something, Destiny? I feel like you.
Yes, because I honestly have been on the up and up, the whole conversation. But I do want to touch base on the dark side. Just a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of people suffer with body dysmorphia. No matter how short you are and you're heavy set or how tall you are, you and that short person might be the same size. But because you're taller, it evens out better. Yeah. A lot of people struggle with body dysmorphia. A lot of people struggle with being insecure, because they're plus size or they care about what people think. But honestly, if you are happy within yourself, you should never let anybody tell you that you need to change. It's nothing about you that needs to change. If your heart is golden, nothing about you needs to change. So, you know, I am confident. I am overly confident most days, but I do have my days. I'm a woman, first of all. And I do have my days where I don't feel as sexy as I felt yesterday.
Right.
So I know that other people have those same, you know, feelings. It is important. It is important to talk to somebody who is never going to judge you. And it is important to not be around, surround yourself with a good environment, because if you and I are both fat and now you skinny and now I'm the fat friend and you don't want to hang around me no more because I'm the fat friend, that in turn makes me feel some kind of way. You know, so like just surround yourself with good people, surround yourself with genuine people. And if you ever feel like you want to, you know, throw in the towel, go talk to somebody. It is never that serious to just be like, oh, because I'm fat, I want to end it all. Like, people love fat people. And you just ain't found the person that just love you yet. So, like, you know, I have my days, you know, so talk to somebody for sure.
For sure. Definitely. All right. So, again, like I said, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being transparent. I appreciate you. I may put the disclaimer out. I am not a medical professional, but I do feel like Destiny has had the experience from childhood up until now that she can give her experience.
Absolutely.
And so, with that being said, we out.